Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
An electronic memory device. A depository for goods. Storehouses were built close to the docks. A mercantile establishment for the retail sale of goods or services. Keep or lay aside for future use. Store grain for the winter. A supply of something available for future use. He brought back a large store of Cuban cigars. Find a place for and put away for storage. I couldn't store all the books in the attic, so I sold some. An electronic memory device. An electronic memory device. The power of retaining and recalling past experience. He had a good memory when he was younger. An electronic memory device. A memory and the CPU form the central part of a computer to which peripherals are attached. The cognitive processes whereby past experience is remembered. He can do it from memory. Something that is remembered. Search as he would, the memory was lost. The area of cognitive psychology that studies memory processes. He taught a graduate course on learning and memory. An electronic memory device. Depositing in a warehouse. My car is in storage. An electronic memory device. A depository for goods. Computer science. The process of storing information in a computer memory or on a magnetic tape or disk. The act of storing something. The commercial enterprise of storing goods and materials. A depository for goods. Station where transport vehicles load or unload passengers or goods. A depository for goods. A port where merchandise can be imported and then exported without paying import duties. Bahrain has been an entrepot of trade between Arabia and India since the 2nd millennium BC. A depository for goods. Storehouses were built close to the docks. Small workplace where handcrafts or manufacturing are done. A mercantile establishment for the retail sale of goods or services. He bought it at a shop on Cape Cod. A course of instruction in a trade, as carpentry or electricity. I built a birdhouse in shop. Shop around. Not necessarily buying. Give away information about somebody. Do one's shopping at. Do business with. Be a customer or client of. Do one's shopping. She goes shopping every Friday. Keep or lay aside for future use. Keep or lay aside for future use. Break into a conversation. Keep or lay aside for future use. Set up for use. We put in a new sink. To insert between other elements. Place, fit, or thrust, something, into another thing. Make an application as for a job or funding. We put in a grant to the NSF. Keep or lay aside for future use. Keep or lay aside for future use. Keep or lay aside for future use. A reserve of money set aside for some purpose. A financial institution that sells shares to individuals and invests in securities issued by other companies. A supply of something available for future use. Accumulate a fund for the discharge of a recurrent liability. Fund a medical care plan. Convert short-term floating debt into long-term debt that bears fixed interest and is represented by bonds. Furnish money for. The government funds basic research in many areas. Invest money in government securities. Place or store up in a fund for accumulation. Provide a fund for the redemption of principal or payment of interest. The handle of a handgun or the butt end of a rifle or shotgun are part of the support of a machine gun or artillery gun. The rifle had been fitted with a special stock. The merchandise that a shop has on hand. Persistent thickened stem of herbaceous perennial plant. Any of several Old World plants cultivated for their brightly colored flowers. Repeated too often. Overfamiliar through overuse. A stalk answer. Put forth and grow sprouts or shoots. The descendants of one individual. Any of various ornamental flowering plants of the genus Malcolmia. A special variety of domesticated animals within a species. Have on hand. A supply of something available for future use. Any animals kept for use or profit. A certificate documenting the shareholder's ownership in the corporation. The value of his stocks doubled during the past year. Amass so as to keep for future use or sale or for a particular occasion or use. Let's stock coffee as long as prices are low. Regularly and widely used or sold. A stock item. Liquid in which meat and vegetables are simmered, used as a basis for e.g. soups or sauces. She made gravy with a base of beef stock. An ornamental white cravat. A plant or stem onto which a graft is made, especially a plant grown specifically to provide the root part of grafted plants. Equip with a stock. Stock a rifle. Lumber used in the construction of something. They will cut round stock to 1 inch diameter. Provide or furnish with a stock of something. Stock the larder with meat. Routine. A stock answer. Supply with fish. Stock a lake. Supply with livestock. Stock a farm. The capital raised by a corporation through the issue of shares entitling holders to an ownership interest, equity. He owns a controlling share of the company's stock. The handle end of some implements or tools. He grabbed the cue by the stalk. The reputation and popularity a person has. His stock was so high he could have been elected mayor. A device that preserves information for retrieval. A device that preserves information for retrieval. Computer science, the mechanical, magnetic, electronic, and electrical components making up a computer system. Instrumentalities, tools or implements, made of metal. Major items of military weaponry, as tanks or missile. Computer science, the mechanical, magnetic, electronic, and electrical components making up a computer system. A facility where things can be deposited for storage or safekeeping. A burial vault, usually for some famous person. A facility where things can be deposited for storage or safekeeping. A person to whom a secret is entrusted. The phenomenon of sediment or gravel accumulating. Put, fix, force, or implant. Put something somewhere, firmly. Deposit the suitcase on the bench. A partial payment made at the time of purchase, the balance to be paid later. A facility where things can be deposited for storage or safekeeping. Matter that has been deposited by some natural process. Money deposited in a bank or some similar institution. The act of putting something somewhere. Put into a bank account. She deposits her paycheck every month. The natural process of laying down a deposit of something. A payment given as a guarantee that an obligation will be met. Money given as security for an article acquired for temporary use. His deposit was refunded when he returned the car. A facility where things can be deposited for storage or safekeeping. A place of business for retailing goods. A place of business for retailing goods. Activity that frees or expresses creative energy or emotion. She had no other outlet for her feelings. An opening that permits escape or release. A place of business for retailing goods. Receptacle providing a place in a wiring system where current can be taken to run electrical devices. A place of business for retailing goods. Be persistent, refuse to stop. Hold firmly. Hold the phone line open. Retain possession of. Stop and wait, as if awaiting further instructions or developments.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.